Good morning. Chilly morning in the desert. Up behind these tumbleweeds. Back behind me here. Had a nice sleep. Just up over that little hill there so I could get out of sight. I thought this was a really good opportunity. I stealth camped it over there behind that little mound. Those little tumbleweeds there. And it was okay. It was easy, right? But I always say my stealth camping videos is, I get out early in the morning before it gets light, but I stand by the highway. I pack up everything over there. I don't want to be seen. As soon as it gets light, and I don't use lights. Over there, I'm packing it up, throwing everything in the bags. I wear black. Almost everything I have is black. I have lights on the bike, so I'm not completely invisible to cars. Everything I have is pretty much black. And so coming up over that mound before it gets light was key for me. Stand here, make a video, maybe have a little coffee, which I don't have. I got to run into town here before I head out the other side of town. But that's how I do it. Up early, out on the road, waiting, and that way I don't look obvious just coming out. But I had a good sleep, man. And but I had some bad, I want to call it bad luck, but it was a learning experience, man. Another one. And it was last night, right when I got to camp. I was like, I got to run and leave camp, set up and run and get something and then use the restrooms. I went back into town and then I went in and used one of those restrooms, which I hate using. And I was standing up, and then when I stood up, my phone fell out of my pocket into the toilet. But it immediately flushed because it's one of those, as soon as you stand up, so it was all a timing thing. My phone fell out. Everything's kind of like sticking out of my pockets, and I'm always really good about this. And so then there goes the phone, gone. And it's a little phone too. It's not one of the big iPhones. It's small enough to go down, and I think they all are. It just reminded me of the better story is at a campground, and I was it was one of those men's, women's, no flush toilets. And I saw all these people standing around there. It was like a big group of people, and they're all standing around and talking, and they got the door open. There's people kind of going in and out, and I'm like, what is going on? Somebody die in there or something? And apparently somebody had lost their cell phone down, dropped it in that toilet. So this gets really good. They had one of those grabber things, you can grab from a distance, telescoping, trash grabber thing. Couldn't get it like that. It was too far. It was really deep. And I think that's what the problem was. They just couldn't clip it and get it. And then they tried a whole bunch of different things. You're not going to believe what they ended up doing. And I would have bought a new phone like I'm going to do today. They had a skinny guy, and he was a young guy, like maybe 15, but skinny, and they held him by his feet. They cleaned the lid. He had a lady in there squirting the lid down, trying to clean it as best they could from a distance, wiping it down. And then they got the guy by his feet, a big strong guy too, and holding him. He wasn't going to drop him. And they held that guy down there. He grabbed the phone with rubber gloves. They pulled him out of there and threw him in the shower and disinfected the phone. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. All those people there, none of them, not one of those people said, why don't you just buy a new phone? They were all into it. They were all like, it was almost like too weird how into it these people were. This was in Alaska at a campground. Please like and subscribe. I'm out here in the desert thinking of this kind of stuff when I'm rolling along and I lose my phone. And it reminds me of all the stuff that can happen when you're out here on the road. All right, we'll see you later today. I'm going to do a live when I get to, I'll just call another base camp down near Alpine on the southern tier.